The Soviet Union lost a nuclear submarine. The United States found it and spent 6 years building a ship to steal it from 3 miles beneath the Pacific. The target was a 132-foot section of K-129, a Soviet ballistic missile submarine resting 16,500 feet down. It weighed roughly 1,750 tons. Nothing built for salvage could reach it, and if Moscow learned the wreck had been found, the opportunity was gone. K-129 disappeared in 1968 after leaving its base on Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula. The Soviets searched, found nothing, and finally gave up. The United States did not. About 1,800 miles northwest of Hawaii, American searchers located the wreck. Inside might be code material, weapons, and a close look at Soviet submarine technology. But knowing where it was solved only the first problem. The water above it was deeper than the Grand Canyon. The answer looked less like a salvage operation than an industrial magic trick. Engineers designed an enormous mechanical claw that would descend from a ship, close around the submarine section, and lift it into a hidden chamber through the ship's bottom. The public explanation was deep-sea mining. The name behind the cover story was Howard Hughes, an American billionaire, industrialist, and aviation pioneer known for enormous and often secretive projects. If Hughes claimed he was mining the deep ocean, people could believe it. It was called the Hughes Glomar Explorer. From the outside, Glomar resembled an oil drilling ship. Inside, it carried a derrick, a pipe handling system, and a giant opening called a moon pool. Doors beneath the hull could open over the ocean, receive the captured wreckage, and close again before anyone saw what came aboard. Even the claw had to be concealed. It was assembled under a roof, placed on a submersible barge, and loaded into Glomar from below. By July 1974, the ship was positioned over K-129. Soviet vessels came close enough to watch. Glomar's crew continued playing the part of ocean miners while they lowered 60-foot lengths of steel pipe, one after another, into the darkness. At the end of that pipe hung the capture vehicle. It reached the wreck. The jaws closed, and 1,750 tons of Soviet submarine began rising from the bottom of the Pacific. For a time, the impossible part worked. Then, about halfway up, the submarine section began to break apart. Part of it slipped from the claw and fell back toward the ocean floor. Glomar recovered only what remained in its grip. Inside were the bodies of 6 Soviet sailors. The Americans buried them at sea with military honors and recorded the ceremony. Years later, the film was given to Russia. Plans began for a second attempt. But the operation had already been wounded by something no engineer had planned for: a burglary. Before Glomar sailed, thieves broke into a Hughes office in Los Angeles and stole documents connecting the ship to American intelligence. Attempts to recover the papers drew police and press attention. Rumors became headlines. The Ford administration would neither confirm nor deny the operation, but the cover was finished. A second recovery was canceled. Project Azorian did not bring back everything its planners wanted. Most of K-129 remained where it fell, but the Soviet submarine had vanished into 16,500 feet of water. 6 years later, part of it passed through the bottom of an American ship while Soviet vessels watched from the surface. The archive is open.